I was arrested at 11 years old. Okay, before we start this story, guys, make sure you do hit that subscribe button right now with that notification bell on. Smash that like button. Everyone hit that like button. Let's go for like 400 likes on this video. And if you haven't already, go and follow me on Instagram at Duckiesmh. And after watching the whole video, leave me a comment what you would have done if you were in my situation. It gets kind of insane. Let's get on with the story. Okay, so this all took place quite a few years ago, so don't be hating on me that I'm a thief. So yes, I was addicted to stealing. It was a very weird thing for me to be addicted to. And to be honest, there's no real, huge backstory to it. It's not like my mum was a thief, my dad was a thief. It's not like it ran in the family at all. Okay, let me try and break it down. Have you ever got that feeling where you do something wrong? You know that buzz you get, that like adrenaline, vibe that you get. It just feels amazing and you get it every single time you do something wrong. You could like send a picture to someone you weren't meant to. Or do something in school that you shouldn't. For example, you go to McDonald's, you order 20 chicken nuggets, you look in the box, you've got 21 and you don't take that one back. That buzz feeling you get when you're doing something wrong, but you just like it. I was addicted to that feeling and it made me steal from my friends. And you'll find out at the end of the story, but I did steal like a lot. I'm not glad to admit this and I don't recommend, don't steal. Don't ever do it. It catches up with you. And you'll find out it caught up with me, but don't do it. Really bad idea. Not worth the feeling that I'm on about at all. So this all took place when I was 11 years old. So I'm in like year 6 going into year 7. So I was very young, which means, you're kind of dumb, you don't really know what you're doing, and you look cute whilst doing it. Yeah, don't ask about the cute thing. I was a cute kid, okay? I don't know what happened. This story is also kind of sad. So it all started with my friend Amy. Obviously that's not her real name, but my friend Amy. She was the first of my victims, shall we say. So one day I'm over at Amy's house and we're having a good time. Oh, I should have said, not Amy, Amy's mum. So Amy and me were having a good time. We're just playing some games. There's actually a few of us there. There's around about 3 or 4 of us there. We're all pretty much just having a good time. And there's one thing that at 12 years old or 11 years old, you do not have anything. And I mean anything. You don't own anything that has any value at all. I mean, you're 11. You don't have a phone. You don't have money. You don't have anything. Maybe, if you have a PlayStation, but you don't carry that around with you. A DS or a PSP, that's the only thing you have of value. And you're not going to rob that because that's dumb. This wasn't planned. I didn't plan to do this. It all it fell into place and it felt good. So we're spending time together and it's just Amy's parents there, just her mum anyway. I don't know what happened to the dad. So we're around our house, we're playing games, and then it was pretty much time to go. I mean, nothing happened whilst we were here. And basically at this time, I think it was the iPhone like 3GS or 4 had just come out. So everyone was kind of on that, hype train of that phone. Everyone had that phone. I saw it on YouTube. I saw it everywhere. Everyone was it looked cool. As I'm leaving Amy's house, I see Amy's mum's phone on the side. Just on the table, basically, where you eat dinner and stuff. And you have to pass the table to get out the front door. So my mum comes, picks me up. Amy's mum's like,
Jackson, it's time to go. Your parents are here.
So I walk past the table, and as I'm walking past the table, the phone fell into my pocket. And I went away with it. Obviously, Amy's mum didn't go back to the table before I left the house, so he didn't know who it was. There was like 3 or 4 kids there, so you're not going to interrogate 11-year-olds. So I was completely fine. I was free. I mean, it was all good. But then I get home, and obviously I had an iPhone on me. Someone is going to find out, my mum or my dad. They did. They found out. They found it in my room when they were tidy and everything. And I got a slap on the wrist, which was really a bad idea for my mum. She should have banned me from doing stuff. So I get told off, the phone's given back, and I guess people go on alert because I'd stolen pretty much. I hadn't admitted it was mine. It'd been like a week since this person had a phone. I mean, she bought a new one. She had 2 at this point. But I did get Amy a new phone because she did end up giving it to Amy. So Amy, if you are watching this video, you can thank me later. So this was just the first occasion. And I'm not gonna lie, this happened for quite a while. I would go around friends' house, I would go around my nan's house, my granddad's, everyone near me. And I actually, I went around my granddad's house, I stole his wallet. I went around one of my friend's house, I stole, money that was laying around. For example, I went around my friend's house again, different friend, but, there was a £10 note laying on the top, so I just took it. And every single time I wouldn't get caught, I'd be fine. And I got that buzz. And it was that buzz at 11 years old, genuinely just, it was like next level. It was crazy. So after stealing all this stuff and, you know, a large stockpile of things just turning up into my room, my parents got really, you know, suspicious. They started asking me where I got stuff from, and I'd always just say like my nan or my granddad bought it, because I would go there on my own after school sometimes. Because my nan or my granddad would pick me up from school if my parents were at work, I'd go round and then I'd just claim that they bought me stuff. Which was dumb, because it was my parents' parents. They were obviously going to find out. They were going to ask them, did you buy this? And that is what happened. And I got caught. And the reason why I got caught is because I stole from my parents. They basically left like a bunch of money on the top. I stole it, put it in my room. Like 2 months go past. I mean, genuinely, this story goes over like 6 to 8 months. It's quite a big story, but I'm trying to really condense it. That's why I'm not going into detail on, you know, why I stole it, how I stole it. I just tell you I stole it. And I did. So I had, and I'm not kidding you, I wish I still had the picture. I had £325 in a money box in my room. No one had paid me any money. My, you know, grandparents don't pay me. My parents don't pay me. I just had £325 saved in a bus. Yeah, it was a really bad money bank. It was a bus. It was shaped like a London bus, one of the red ones. It was awful. I had tons of money in it, and obviously my parents found it. I hid it behind my bed, but again, my mum tidies my room, so she was gonna find it eventually. She sees all the money and knows that I was a thief.
What's up, man? Oh, he's stealing! He's stealing!
And now this is where things got really insane and where I just learnt my lesson, to be honest. So one day at school. Yes, this all happened at school. I am at school in year 6. I'm having a good time. I don't remember what lesson I was in, obviously, but like, I was having a good time. It was near the end of the year, so we were doing the whole, you know, end of year. You know, at the end of the year, we just like watch films and stuff. And it's really annoying because you get like halfway through a film and it's the end of the day and you're like, oh, great, we're just not going to finish that one. And that would happen every single time. Don't lie, you know it would. Leave me a comment down below. Frustration, because it was annoying. So I'm halfway through the film, okay? And a policeman comes in. 2, in fact. 2 policemen come in, handcuffs in hand, and they call out my name. They say, Jackson Simmons, where are you? At this point, I'm kind of freaking out. So I'm 11 at this point. I'm nearly 12, but I'm 11 years old, and I was freaking out. The police have always been, you know, told me, if you get in trouble with the police, you just need to be sad, upset, and you're an idiot. And I was in clearly trouble with the police. I mean, I could see the handcuffs. They were calling my name. I started crying. I'm not gonna lie. I burst out into tears in front of the whole of my class. It was really embarrassing. And I had to go over to these policemen. They tell me to remain silent and go through the whole, you know, police thing. They turn me around. They put me up against a desk, which sounds weird, and they handcuffed me. I was arrested at 11 years old. They took me to a prison. They put me in the back of a police car. They took me to a jail. I get to the prison and my mum was stood there, my parents, my grandparents, my friends' mums, they were all stood there and asked me the simple question. And they didn't start cheering or anything because it wasn't like a big surprise. Oh, we got him! We freaking got him! You know, it wasn't one of those. They all looked really angry at me, stared at me, and they all had their like things that I'd stolen from them. And they all looked at me and said, have you learned your lesson? I was still crying. I'm not gonna lie, I sound like a bit of a wimp. I was still crying at this point. I'd been in the back of a police car, you know, with the bars and everything. I was freaking out. The policemen just weren't friendly at all. They wouldn't talk. I mean, obviously it's their job. And it was awful. They put me into a jail cell. If
you can't do the time, don't do the crime.
I'm 11 and in a jail. Obviously there was no one around me. It was just me. I was literally secluded. And I was left there for an hour. It was only an hour, and there was no one around me. It was literally just me in a jail cell for an hour. But I got arrested for stealing, and honestly, it worked. I'm not gonna lie, it worked. And I found out later that the police people were friends of my mum's. I had no clue, and now I know.
Okay, time's up. Now get out.
I have some really powerful friends in the police force, so don't mess with me. They obviously let me out of the jail cell. I have to apologise to every single person I stole off of. And that scarred me for life. That experience scarred me for the rest of my life. I was completely humiliated in the front of my class. The whole of my school, in fact. I was humiliated in the whole of my school. The head teacher had a word with me. Teachers had a word with me. My friends told me I was an idiot. And I will never ever break the law ever again. I genuinely mean that. Because I never want to experience that again. For real. So yeah, if anyone is watching this video and you want to go steal something, don't. Thanks everyone for watching the video. I hope you did enjoy. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.